Hey, praise El Shaddai. Praise El Shaddai. Salute to Dana J. Salute to Choke No Joke. Salute to Christopher Gunn, Hollywood Next. And salute to, who else? Everybody, man, that's out here, man. You know, I got to get more rest, man. I'm so busy, man. I am so busy. So I just got back, man. See that? I'm thinking about, man. I'm thinking about, I don't know, man. Calling my brothers, man. I might travel, man. I have to do it probably when the holidays. I don't know, man. New York, I might want to go to New York, man. Find, what I'm gonna do. My brothers, they might do something else. My family members, they might want to go out and party and drink, smoke. I might find a church to go to, something like that. But I might go to New York, man. Just come there, just to, I don't know, just to look around, something like that. Or I might go to Chicago, whatever, just to, my hometown, whatever. But just might do some, think about just moving around. Or I might go to Canada. You know what I'm saying? Why not? You know what I'm saying? But I just want to talk about Dr. Cosby and R. Kelly and Dave Chappelle in this video. How Dave Chappelle, how the LGBT wanted to counsel him. And, whoo, Lord have mercy. How the gay community came together and said, we're going to try to get rid of this guy. Well, first of all, you can't counsel a man who walked away from $50 million. That's not going to happen. Second of all, I'm not here to defend Dave Chappelle because Dave Chappelle can defend himself, and he has a whole lot of a fan base. And but I just want to say that it's interesting that if you look at I saw it, I saw the special. I didn't see anything, I didn't, the stuff he was saying. Okay, the words, I'm not, I can't, the whole, I'm not, the N word, I don't say that word, I don't use that word no more, but it is what it is, man. The stuff he was saying, I had a conversation with somebody, I said, I'm not a huge fan of Dave Chappelle like that. And I said, because I remember looking at some of those comedy sketches. They were funny back then when I used to watch it. But looking back at it now, it was kind of, it wasn't like Living Color. Living Color was more, they made fun of Michael Jackson. They made fun of a lot of people, but it was kind of cartoonish in Living Color. They made fun of people, but it was, Dave Chappelle kind of took it up a little bit. With the stuff he did. Because when you look at some of those comedy sketches of Dave Chappelle, the whole making fun of people being on crack, and what he did to Rick James. People say, well, Rick James, that was Rick James. I'm Rick James, yeah, I'm Rick James, and I'm Rick James trick, all that type of stuff. That was, at that time, it was funny. But to the people that were close to Rick James, said that Rick James was, before he saw that, Rick James was living a quiet life. He was going to the little clubs, performing and doing his thing. He didn't bother anybody. But when he saw that brought him back into the limelight. 2004, Rick James is dead. I'm just telling y'all. That is what was told by a close friend to Rick James. Now, y'all can sit there and say what you want to say. I love Dave Chappelle. Look, man. It is what it is. And then the comedy sketch with R. Kelly, he pinned on, him and the late Charlie Murphy, was in that sketch. Yeah, he made fun of Prince, but Prince took it, I think because Prince, I think Prince didn't have a problem with making fun of him. But remember, Prince and Rick James did not like each other. Remember that. Didn't like each other. And when people came on the scene to defend R. Kelly, you had Sky Zone, you had Levi, you had Prima Donna talking about that video. You never heard me come out. I was late. I came out in 2019, like November. You never heard me say that he was guilty. You never heard me say he's not 100% innocent. You know, he's not that innocent. Nah. Never heard me say that. And I'm just speaking the truth. I'm not here to disrespect anybody. I'm just speaking what I said. I never spoke and said I said he didn't do these things. I said he might have, made some bad decisions. He might have, did something like that before I got saved. And I'm saying now, what R. Kelly and Dr. Cosby did, they both lust, which is a sin, but it's not illegal. It's not illegal. So Dave Chappelle did that comedy sketch, I want to pee on you, and that's what it comes to our community. We want to reference that. But every other community you see, whether it's, they have that, whether they're from Somali, Ethiopian, Liberians, they don't call each other N-word. I've been around them. They don't use that word. But they'll watch Dave Chappelle or any other comedians use that word. They love Cat Williams. They love Eddie Murphy. But they don't use that word. Richard Pryor stopped using that word. Richard stopped using that word when he traveled over to Africa. But we continue to use that word. Now, I'm not saying you can say the N-word all you want to. I'm just saying I'm not using that word. I got saved, and I don't feel comfortable using that word no more. You did? People can say what they want to say. But I'm just telling you that, I got my glasses. Got my new glasses. So I'm just letting y'all know, man, some of y'all, we talk about putting, some people put religion over being their culture. You always supposed to put God first. And then everything else come, your family, your associates, your friends come second, and then your culture. But God always come first. If you don't do that, then I don't know how you gonna make it. I mean, Dr. King, Martin Luther King Jr. got his whole neck blown off, face blown off. Y'all don't respect him. He was about nonviolence and we should overcome. But Malcolm X had the gun, right? What difference did it make? Malcolm X got killed first, didn't he? Assassinated in, 65? So, did it make a difference? Did it make a difference that the Black Panthers had those guns? They went in there, dressed up and was all of them cocking those guns, man. Did it make a difference? They were still infiltrating. They still was murdering. They used our own people. They look like us to do it. Once again, who gave the Messiah over to the Romans? There's a documentary called The Forgotten Jews of Israel. And they don't look like Steven Spielberg. Some of them look like Shine from Bad Boys. The rapper Shine. He's Jewish. He said it. He's Jewish. Not identify being Jewish. No. He's Jewish. The rapper, the rapper Shine, who did 10 years. See, some of you don't even know who you are. See, we sit here and we condition to dislike and hate one another because we're programmed by the Romans. I'm sorry, the Europeans. But then we don't have to accept that. I'm not pro-black because I know what this is all about. It don't matter because this guy who happens to be, I think he's from Liberia, told me that, Christ was, Jesus was just a, regular, he was like a prophet like Moses. No, Yeah, Moses was a prophet, but Christ was not just a regular prophet. The Son of God. His only begotten Son. And if the minute y'all don't start acknowledging that the Messiah was, was the Son of God, you ain't going to enter the kingdom of heaven. But anyway, Dr. Cosby, Mr. Kelly, they committed a sin, lust, which I've done. And I still might, time to time, I look at things and I'm like, whoa, my mind gets, it's jerked off. I have to ask God to forgive me. I still have to repent because it's a lot of stuff I see. Mr. Kelly got caught up in some Jezebel stuff, man. I'm telling you. There's a lot of women around him who had that Jezebel spirit. And, I got to be honest. He was around a lot of false prophets. Matthew 7:15. Read it for yourself. And yes, he couldn't read, couldn't write, couldn't spell, but he's not a dumb man. Hell, Stevie Wonder is blind. Ray Charles was blind. When you surround yourself with people like that and continue to do that, and you continue to get yourself hurt over and over and burned, it comes to a point of time where you got to you got to start saying, wow, something, what is the word Simple P said? Standards. He didn't have no standards. Stevie Wonder is blind. Ray Charles was blind. Think about that for a minute. You can't be at a point in your life, and everybody in the industry don't sell their soul. Everybody don't do that. Stevie Wonder don't even live here in America no more. He got up out of here, over a year ago? He moved. And I'm not here trying to compare the two. I'm just saying. But it's interesting they don't go after the women like that. Except one. I think they went after Monique. Monique, she spoke out. And they shut her down. So it was all about, I don't like to get into conspiracy theory and stuff, but I do understand there is a secret society. But when you say the power that should be, you giving your power away. Because there's nobody more powerful than El Shaddai. You're giving your power away already. Stop giving your power away. Believe. These people they're not powerful than God, man. These so-called secret society, they're not that, they just, it's like, the boogeyman. They're not that powerful, man. We got to stop believing these people are so, they're not that powerful. They do a lot of things that's wicked, yeah. Satanic, yeah. But, my stepfather, my stepbrother, they're part of the industry. That's my stepbrother's been in there for over 15 years. Stepfather been doing it for over 35, 40 years, maybe longer. He has a goddaughter that was on that show called The Voice. See, my mother texted me that the other day. That's my mother. On the other, I think right there on the left. I think that's my left, and that's the middle. That's his goddaughter, and that's my stepfather. Now my mother didn't really raise me, but he was around. He grew up with my Uncle Bud. They grew up together. See, he's a musician, man. This dude plays about. You think Prince played? This dude played every instrument I've seen him pick up. He played the guitar, the bass, the drums, the congos, the piano, the keyboard. He plays it. And my stepbrother, music does the same thing. So Stepfather. I seen him 2016. My auntie Eileen died in 2016, April the 15th. She died a day before her birthday. Her birthday on April the 16th. She used to call me every year on April the 16th on my I would call her on her birthday, but she called me April the 10th on my birthday. She went into the hospital on 11 o'clock that night, 11:30. My brother told me, man, you need to get up here, man. It don't look good for Eileen. So, but she passed away on April the 15th, 2016. But we still celebrate her birthday on April the 16th. So, I saw him. I saw, he's a God-fearing man. His son is. They love God, man. So we got, there are people that do part of that whole illuminati and, rituals and stuff. Yeah, it goes on. But everybody don't do that. The ones that become successful and become real big, they try to make them. So a lot of people, they know what they're signing. A lot of people don't know what they're signing. And then once they become so successful, they try to, they begin to look at things and they try to I don't want no part of this no more. It's like, oh, it's too late now. You didn't sign something. I believe that. See, with Dr. Cosby, he was trying to do something. He was like, nah, I don't want, nah, man, I ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people in the industry say, I'm not doing that. I'm an artist. I'm gonna do what I do. I ain't coming to y'all. Y'all can do what you want to do, but that ain't what I want to do. Dr. Cosby was giving money back to colleges, helping his people, and you see what they did to him. You see what they did to him. See what they did to Michael Jackson, man. Michael Jackson, you did some things that I necessarily, but the man didn't really do nothing to harm nobody, man. But they came after Michael Jackson. They came after him, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, man. Whoever thought Michael Jackson and Bill Cosby would be accused of something like that, man? Think about that. They came after Michael Jackson, man. Michael Jackson. They really took that man through the ringer. Even though R. Kelly is worse, but they got Michael Jackson when he's alive. And it was like, wow. What is this? It was a witch hunt. It was a witch hunt on Michael Jackson. And it's the same old playbook, the same old story. It's not about people saying, yeah, they use these celebrities. Yes. But that don't mean, I'm not going to sit there and I've never been jealous of nobody. And I know that God bless all of us. God bless every individual. And I do believe a lot of what happened with Adam and Eve and Cain and Abel, we are paying the price for what happened with Joshua, man. You know what I'm saying? Giving them to the Romans. We're still doing the same thing. History always repeats itself. We're still doing the same thing, man. The betrayal of Fred Hampton and the Black Panther Party, the betrayal of Malcolm X. We're still doing the same thing, man. I heard somebody calling R. Kelly, forget that nigga. I've heard people, I don't like doing that, but I gotta speak the truth. I've had conversations with people about when Dr. Cosby, we was accused. Man, forget that Jello pudding eating nigga. Forget Bill Cosby. He ain't did nothing for me. He don't put no food on my table. Get Bill Cosby, that nigga. Get R. Kelly, that nigga. Mr. Kelly made some bad decisions, but that don't mean he deserves to be in prison for the rest of his life, man. For lust, committing sin, which is not illegal. What is the difference, like for him, like the lady say, Nikki Purple said to him and Hugh Hefner? R. Kelly is not a pimp. To be honest with you, he's not a player. He ain't even a player. He was a sugar daddy. Players, I know, being a player is now having women stay all up in your house like that and all in your apartment, wherever you got a condo, apartment, or townhouses. You send them home. You do what you got to do. Even I'm just being honest. I don't live. I'm not in that world no more. I'm saying that when I was doing it, I send them home. Sometimes they stayed the night and they went home. I didn't have them stay at me like that, man. Now, did I see them again? Of course. But then I got tired of them. I got rid of them. And I moved on to the next one. He was taking care of these women. I don't know why, but that's what he was doing. And I'm not trying to, and it's not about being this and that, being you're no good. I'm just saying. People say he's a player. No. He was a sugar daddy. And that don't make him not a man. He was a nice guy. Respectful to women, which is nothing wrong with that, what he did. He was a nice guy, a gentleman, which he's supposed to be. But that is what Hugh Hefner did. He took care of his women. That's what you're supposed to do. But that's not a player. They basically gave him the RICO of being a pimp or John Gotti, the Man Act. I mean, the Man Act, the Man Act is scary to me. Jack Johnson, the whole, I'm thinking, damn, is he, Don Juan? I mean, come on, man. And it's sad that what I don't like about the industry is how silent they are. You know what I'm saying? You can't speak out, but you can speak out when you go against them. You can speak out when you're talking about him. When you're saying negative things about R. Kelly, you can speak out then. Yeah. Or when you're saying negative things about Dr. Cosby. Oh, you heard it from the elite. The people that was part of the industry, they talked about Dr. Cosby. But when you want to defend him, now Face on Love, gotta salute him. Bow Wow, gotta salute them. So what made them, why they wasn't afraid to speak out? Why Face on Love wasn't afraid? It doesn't make sense to me. JayZ, who calls himself Hove, but he makes a song called Lucifer. I never call that man no Hove. He calls himself Hove, but I've seen interviews with a lot of these people call this man Hove. Charlamagne the God called him Hove. Everybody call this man Hove. Charlamagne. Man, get out of here, man. These people are not gods. Robert Sylvester Kelly is a man of God who loves Jesus Christ. So that means if he loves Jesus Christ, that means he's a Christian. He's a Christian. Ethiopian Bible, the Greek Bible, those are some of the oldest books in the world. Hebrew is old. I mean, there's no debating that. So if we lust and we commit a sin, which is infidelity, which I want to call it, adultery, whatever you want to call it. So if we're going to start locking, you're going to lock up people that's for being gay, which is an abomination against God. You're going to start locking them up too? Since y'all want to counsel Dave Chappelle, which is not going to counsel Dave Chappelle, which you're not going to counsel R. Kelly. His music is streaming. It's up the roof now. I mean, his music is selling out. So what you're going to start locking up people for being homosexuals now. Even though being homosexual is a sin, it's an abomination against God, but it's not illegal. But in God's eyes, it's a sin. Being gay, being a transsexual. It is what it is. It's the truth. I love my brothers and sisters from the LGBT community, but LGBTP community, I'm sorry. But it is what it is. Some of you don't want to hear the truth. You keep rejecting El Shaddai. You don't want to hear it because you are a slave to your sins. And I'm not trying to force God on you. I'm just speaking the truth. Should people that's gay, homosexuals, go to prison? Like Bill Cosby got locked up, like R. Kelly, like the next person they're going to try to go after that's heterosexual, who happen to look like me. Should people that's gay go to prison for being homosexual? Because that's a sin. That's what R. Kelly did. It's lust. Lust is a sin. Being homosexual is a sin. That's all I got to say. I ain't got no more to say, man. No more to say. I'm out of here, man. If you believe everything the media tells you, then you're nothing but a brainwashed slave. So free yourself. Free your mind. And free your soul. Give it to the Lord Jesus Christ. If you do that, I guarantee you, everything will be all right. With that being said, love is God, and God is love. And my name is Calvin Eugene. I love you. But Jesus loves you more. I gotta go. Peace.